you can put your end-of-life battery and you can get certain benefits like coupons or like financial support. We are going to create or generate a new technology for lithium-ion battery recycling. Nickel, cobalt, manganese, they should be separated from each other and converted to the valuable salts. Cowboy and dressmaker can produce a scientist. I believe it is the help of the nature.
Over the past decades, the world has seen a rapid spread of new technologies. We use smartphones, laptops, and headphones. Electric vehicles are becoming a regular part of urban traffic. While these devices and machines are different, they all rely on batteries. As a result, the number of used batteries is increasing every year. They lose their charge, reach the end of their life cycle, and turn into hazardous waste. A single battery contains dozens of chemical elements, including toxic ones. If such a battery ends up in the ground, it can contaminate the water, the soil, and all living organisms around it. Across the world, the threat of poisoning from discarded batteries is growing. Kazakhstani scientist Fyodor Malchik is developing a battery recycling technology that will not only help protect the environment and human health, but also extract rare and valuable materials from this waste.
We are going to create or generate a new technology for lithium-ion battery recycling, starting from the initial battery collection and finishing with the end product like salts of cobalt, nickel. Here you can see different battery types which we collected from the just garbage trash. These batteries are different types, and this one especially is lithium-ion battery from the different device like smartphones, just the screwdrivers, and I don't know, this small one is from headphones. All these batteries should be collected properly and they should be recycled. There is a proper and green recycling method and non-proper and non-green recycling method, as just throwing the battery to the common garbage. After this, after which the battery can go to the social recycling places, after which they can go simply to the ground, buried under the ground, and of course by corrosion, destroying the battery parts, the dangerous battery parts can go through the earth to the soil, and after they can return to us in form of foods and products. At first, you need to deassemble a device to take out the battery, and only after to recycle. For example, to take out the battery from this device, you need to destroy it fully, to separate the plastic and to take out the battery. For example, here is an example of the battery system, which consists of single separate small cylindrical batteries. And to deassemble these batteries, it's a special process of welding, just physical deassembling and mechanical deassembling. Kergali, please measure the battery full device voltage. When you just put a battery in the grinding machine, just fully to destroy the battery and to separate corpse from the inner part materials. As you can see, inner part of battery consists of aluminum current collector for cathode, copper current collector from the anode part, and this is plastic part is membrane which separate cathode from anode. After the dismelting or grinding process, we should separate all inner part of the battery, which is separator or membrane, which is soaked by electrolyte. Also, there is valuable compounds of aluminium, which is a current collector for cathode part, copper from the current collector of the anode part, and the itself black mass, which is more valuable compounds in the battery, which is also the same most dangerous compound. After the drying all that parts, we separate it by magnetic separation of metal parts and also by sieving separation from the black mass and other compounds. We already separate all that part. As you can see, the upper part is more copper and aluminium and plastic materials. There is less copper and aluminium parts, and already other parts is that our targeted black mass, which we separate, collect and recycle by wet electrochemistry. This is separated black mass, which is mainly consists of anodic carbon and cathodic active material. After collecting the black mass, it should be etched or be dissolved by strong acid. Which kind of acid we are using, it is now the question of our ongoing project. During the chemical etching of the valuable compounds as nickel, cobalt, manganese, after it they should be separated from each other and converted to the valuable salts.
The battery recycling process is a chain of complex step-by-step stages. In this project, Fyodor's team brings them together into one coordinated system. The goal is to create a complete technological line that shows how recycling works from start to finish. At the moment, the team can recycle 1 or 2 batteries in the lab. This is a prototype designed to demonstrate the potential of the technology. In the future, the scientists plan to launch a full-scale line capable of processing up to 200 kilograms of batteries per day. But even that amount is just a drop in the ocean, considering the scale of accumulated waste, the researchers say. To move from laboratory experiments to industrial recycling, every detail has to be carefully thought through. And one of the most critical steps is the safe discharge of the battery.
Литий-ионные источники известны тем, что взрывоопасны, горючие.
Lithium-ion power sources are known to be explosive, flammable, and dangerous if not disposed of properly. If a battery is accidentally dismantled or its seal is broken, there is a real risk of fire or explosion. The recycling process for such batteries involves multiple stages. The very first and most crucial step is safe discharge. If a battery is recycled while still charged, it can catch fire or explode. And if many charged batteries are processed at once, it can lead to a serious accident, even an explosion at the recycling facility itself. That's why safe discharge is the starting point for the entire process.
Как раз исследуем эту стадию разряда. Мы исследуем каким образом? По сути, мы берем обычный электролит. И электролит, то есть...
Right now, we are studying this discharge stage in detail. Essentially, we use a regular electrolyte, a solution of salt in a liquid, in our case, water. We place the battery into this electrolyte and electrolysis begins. Electrolysis is a process where electricity passes through a liquid solution using 2 electrodes, a cathode and anode, which causes gases to form or metals to separate out. When we put the battery into the electrolyte, it starts to discharge. Discharging in an electrolyte has its own risks. For example, it can produce a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen known as explosive gas, which can be dangerous in certain proportions. That's why we're also considering other options, such as discharging batteries in carbon powder.
Также еще рассматриваем альтернативные варианты вроде разряда в угле.
At the heart of Fyodor's project is the recovery of valuable metals hidden inside every used battery. Nickel, cobalt, manganese, lithium, all of these are rare and expensive elements. Their extraction requires significant resources and causes serious damage to the environment, but spent batteries already contain these metals. The key is to extract them safely and correctly. Fyodor's team uses chemical and electrochemical methods. First, the black mass is dissolved in acid. Then, step by step, the required elements are separated from the solution. As a result, pure metal salts are obtained, ready for reuse. These materials return to production, they become part of new batteries, electronics, and components for electric vehicles. What was once hazardous waste turns into a valuable resource, and the recycling process proves to be both environmentally responsible and economically efficient.
Bir tonna литий өндіру үшін біз айтатын болсақ $1 миллион ақша жұмсаймыз десек.
Producing 1 ton of lithium from raw materials costs about $1 million. In contrast, when we recycle lithium-ion batteries, we don't extract pure lithium metal. Instead, we recover it in the form of salts. These salts can be reused in battery production. And if we compare the costs, recycling is 3 times cheaper.
Ол жердегі білім алмасу мен тәжірибе алмасу бойынша оларда батарея өндірісі, оны қайта өңдеу өте жақсы жолға қойылған. Ең бірінші
As part of this project, we went on a working visit to China. It was a trip focused on sharing knowledge and experience. In China, battery recycling is already well established. One of the key features of our project is promoting a culture of responsible use of electronic devices, followed by their proper recycling. We organize battery collection campaigns in schools and universities. To our surprise, school children, especially those under 15, are often more aware of the dangers of batteries than adults. After these events, they go home and tell their families, "We had a battery collection at school and we took part in it." If this information spreads across Kazakhstan and people understand that batteries must be recycled, not thrown in the trash, that will be a priceless result for us.
Бізге ең маңыздылығы сол.
Battery recycling goes far beyond laboratory research and technical solutions. To bring real change, it's crucial that people understand used batteries are highly hazardous waste and must never be disposed of with regular household trash. That's why educational outreach is a vital part of this project. It's through awareness and understanding that Kazakhstan is building a culture of responsible waste management.
We are going to present in the end of the project certain fondomat. Fondomat, it is the equipment where you can throw when you can put your end-of-life battery and you can get certain benefits like coupons or like financial support. This is a model of this fondomat. We have even more specialized scheme with inner parts and outer parts, which you can easily throw your battery. Hopefully, with the government and or with the company support, you will get certain benefits as coins or even coupons for markets, etc. But it is not so easy to engineer this part. Why? Because the battery which are inside should kept properly, and we are engineering this idea now about this fondomat. I was born here in Almaty. I am 34 years old. To be a scientist, motivation for me was, I think, my supervisor. When I came first time to the laboratory, the same laboratory where I am, it was already 14 years ago. I saw an old man supervisor of that laboratory, head of that laboratory, and I saw what he do, with which passion he do the science, and I think I fell in love by his motivation and by further experiments. My father was cowboy and my mother is dressmaker, and she said, "Where did you go? Why did you choose science?" It's a joke, of course, because she really proud of me, but it's interesting that that combination of cowboy and dressmaker can produce a scientist.
Today, Fyodor balances several important roles. He teaches at the university, conducts scientific research, and leads a laboratory specializing in innovative waste recycling technologies. Staying creative in chemistry, as in science generally, is no easy task, the scientist notes. Generating fresh ideas is an essential part of the job, something universities don't teach and textbooks don't explain. It's something every scientist must feel intuitively.
I think my work is my personal life. I have no troubles just to combine them. I have a beautiful, lovely wife, and she supports me in this career, and now she's pregnant. And even, in this changing mood, I have no problem to combine family and work. To balance the personal life and science, maybe it would be trivial to say, but you need to love it. I have several hobbies, like yoga. I'm doing yoga, I'm doing stretching. My dream is to do full split. I currently I cannot do it, but I believe soon I can. Also, we play at home with my wife table games, like different kinds of table games, we like it. The simple meditation, 15 minutes per day, help me to relax and to distress.
Science isn't always about precision. There is room for chance, says the scientist. Sometimes it leads to the right solution and sometimes to a major discovery.
Recently we published an article which is based on unusual experiment when we should use certain materials in a good qualities, but we kept it improperly. Let's say we spoiled this material, but when we utilized or investigated the properties of that materials, unfortunately they got even more better than fresh materials compared to the spoiled material. This is why the science is quite interesting. Sometimes you obtain unusual results in usual experiments. The greatest achievement up to now as a scientist, I believe, is that I have already a well-known laboratory, of which I am head of the laboratory now, which is equipped by almost all necessary equipment, and the most valuable part is of this laboratory, it's colleagues with whom I work. This is, I believe, my greatest achievements, but not I collected that colleagues, not I bring them. I believe it is the help of the nature and the help of the, universe, that all surrounding people are, with whom I work, are good scientists.
Fyodor Malchik is the face of Kazakhstani science. He leads the first project in the country that covers the entire cycle of lithium-ion battery recycling, from collection and safe discharge to the extraction of valuable materials and their return to production. This research is not just a technological solution, but a step toward a new ecological culture. The future, Fyodor believes, is in a world where batteries are properly disposed of, sorted and recycled, and hazardous waste becomes a valuable resource.